Hello students, welcome back to online class once again. So in today's class I am going to discuss on our new chapter, that is chapter number 8, your modulation and demodulation. So modulation and demodulation, what are these concepts? They are going to be employed in the field of communication. Means in our communication system, how the information is going to be transmitted. Usually what happens, your information systems means it consists of your base signals or intelligence signals or your information message signals. So they are very weak in their signal strength. First they are going to be amplified. After that the signals, they are going to be processed in a suitable way. After that they are going to be sent in a suitable form over your communication channels. So they may be wired communication may be there, or they may be wireless communication. So wired communication means your information is going to be carried by means of your channels. The channels are called as transmission lines, like your cables, or they may be your optical cables, or they may be your coaxial cables, or they may be your waveguides. Through that your information is going to be carried. Not only that, they may be carried by wireless communication also. In the wireless communication means whatever your radio frequency signals are there, they are going to be radiated into the free space, through which your information is going to be transmitted in the form of radio waves and finally reach to the destination. Like that, in a wireless communication, the information, they are going to be processed and going to be transmitted over your communication channels, where space itself, it acts like a communication media which carries your informations. So in that way you are transmitting the information from one place to another place. So the place where you are going to transmit your information, that we call it as a transmitter side station, and the space, the area or the region where you are receiving your signals, that is destination point. So that is called as receiver station. Means from transmitter station to the receiver station, in between that there are the communication channels which carry your information. So in a transmitter side, the modulation is performed. Modulation is one of the processing of your information, so that it is performed at the transmitter side, and demodulation is the process which is performed at the receiver side. So one more important thing, that is very important to know, that the modulation is performed at the transmitter side and the demodulation is performed at the receiver side. So this is very important concept that is going to be employed in the field of our communication. Now before going to start that modulation process, what do you mean by modulation or what do you mean by demodulation? Before going to study that, so what is this modulation, or the concept of modulation come into our existence? What is this modulation? In the field of communication system, actually the information signal or your intelligence signal, it is very weak in signal strength. First it is going to be amplified, after that the signal is going to be processed. So one of the technique is going to be employed to make your signal, on the principle of that the signal is going to be made to suitable to transmit over the communication channel. What is that principal technique that is going to be employed at the transmitter side? That technique is nothing but modulation process. So that is by means of a modulation process, your information is going to be processed, information signal, it is going to be processed or converted in a suitable form, so that it is easier to transmit it over a communication channel. So that is, it is made suitable to be transmitted over a communication channel. For that purpose modulation is going to be performed. Suppose assume that if there is no transmission, if there is no modulation, then what happens? So if your signal is transmitted without modulation, means that signal will not be transmitted for long distance communication. So it is transmitted intermittently, in the middle only it get distorted and does not deliver to your destination, whichever is located at far away from your transmitter. So then automatically your signal is completely attenuated. That means that without modulation your information cannot be transmitted properly and faithfully will not be delivered to your destination. So it is a modulation process is very important in the field of communication. So there are varieties of modulation techniques are there. Before going to study that, electronic communication is possible only with the modulation process. If modulation is not there, means electronic communication is not at all possible. Whatever type of communication it may be satellite communication, or it may be your internet communication, or it may be your cable television communication, or it may be your telephone communication, cellular communication, any type of communication you consider electronic, it will not be possible if there is no modulation. That means that modulation plays an important role in the field of communication. Without modulation, information cannot be transmitted for longer distances. So we need the modulation process. So assume that, let us consider an example of human being itself. Nammane one example I consider ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. For example, what happens, the persons, whatever a human being, we have a capacity to how much kilometers we can walk. Suppose assume that we can walk for a distance of 1 kilometer faithfully with our energies and power, whichever is associated with us. We can capable of walking of 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer distance by walk only. Suppose if you assume that it is needed to walk for 15 kilometers, or it is go for 30 kilometers distance, then how the person can walk? Is it possible to walk a person for a longer distance? That 15 kilometer or 20 kilometer of distance can be covered by a person, human beings? Yeah, it can be possible, but the persons get exhausted. That means that the person is completely tired, or he may sit in the middle. So that means that the energy whichever is associated with human being is limited. Like that, information signals, whatever they are going to be generated by the sources, they have the limited energies associated with them. Because of that, as soon as they can be sent over communication channel without modulation, means what happens, the information cannot travel for longer distance. They doesn't have a capacity. Because of that, they get distorted itself. So because of that, what the human beings will do, what we persons will do to go for that is so much of long distance, then we can go by our two-wheelers, or we may go by our buses or cars. Through vehicles we can go from one place to another place in order to travel for long distance. In the same way, that means that human beings, like our information signals, when there is a need to transmit for long distance or travel for long distance, how we can go? We can go by any of our methods, like traveling methods, by using our two-wheelers, or by means of using our buses, or by means of cars. By using that we can travel, means they carry us from one place to another place, so that we can travel for long distance faithfully and reach to the destination, but with a full energies. So that means that, so here modulation is nothing but it is a method which carries your information from one place to another place. Modulation is nothing but it is a carrier signal that is going to carry the information signals from one place to another place, and then finally at the destination that carrier is going to be removed and your information is going to be delivered to the proper destination. By that method we can perform the modulation. So that is, modulation is nothing but it is needed in a communication systems in order to transmit your information for long distances without any noise and interference, and also without any attenuations, so that signal should be delivered properly to the destination. That is possible only with the help of the modulation technique. So the modulation is nothing but it is the superimposing low frequency information signals with that of a high frequency carrier signals. Superimposing the low frequency signal with that of high frequency carrier wave signals, so that those carrier wave signals carry your information from one place to another place. Carrier signals, they have the high frequencies, so superimposing your weak signals or weak low frequency signal, they are going to be superimposed with that of carrier signal. Then that carrier can be capable of carrying your signals which are having high frequency, so those can carry your signal from one place to another place. That is, we call it as a process of modulation. So that is, modulation is nothing but it is a process in which the modulation process, it is a process in which there is a characteristics, some of the characteristics of your carrier or high frequency signal is varied. So carrier signal is having high frequency signal, and your information signal, or it is also called as message signal, intelligence signal, or it is called as baseband signal. So it is having weak signal. So this signal, it is going to be superimposed with that of a carrier signal, so that it can travel for longer distances. That we call it as a modulation. So therefore modulation is defined as the process in which, modulation definition here, definition of modulation. Modulation is a process in which sum of characteristics of carrier signal or carrier wave is varied in accordance with instantaneous value of information signal or base signal or baseband signal or intelligence signal. So the process in which sum of characteristics of carrier signal is varied in accordance with the instantaneous value of information signal is called as modulation. So this modulation is usually performed at the transmitter side. Whatever at the transmitter side you want to send the information, that transmitter station itself, it performs a modulation process. So in this modulation there are two types of signals are going to be employed. One is of our information signal that is emitted from the source, that is information signal or baseband signal. Information andre generate agida audio signals irbodu, computer data signals irbodri. Information signals, they are having low frequency signals. These are low frequency signals. Information signals are low frequency signals. They are also called as information signal, or they may be also called as intelligence signals or baseband signal. They are also called as baseband signals. So these signals cannot be transmitted directly. You directly now transmit madlik baringilla. They are to be superimposed, or they are to be carried by means of your carrier signal. So it consists of, in the modulation process, it consists of your information signal which is of low frequency, and another signal is there, that is a carrier signal which is of having high frequency signal. Carrier signal, it is having high frequency signal which carry your information signals. By what means? By the means of modulation. Modulation means changing. Modulate means to change. What to change? The characteristics of this carrier itself. So modulation is nothing but to change the characteristics of carrier signal, so that they are going to be varied in accordance with the instantaneous value of your information signal or instantaneous value of intelligence signal. So that we call it as a modulation process. And the modulation block diagram of the modulation. So here in this simple block diagram, it consists of a modulator here. To this modulator is nothing but it is a electronic circuit system which performs the modulation of your signal. So to this you are applying the information or intelligence signal. It is applied as an input here. Along with that, a high frequency carrier is going to be supplied to the modulator, so that the output of this modulator is modulated signal. So the output of modulator is nothing but your modulated signal that is going to be obtained at the output of modulator. So this is a simple block diagram of a modulator. So simple block diagram of modulator. Block diagram of modulator circuit. So this consists of input as an your information signal, along with one more input is applied here, carrier signal. So this information signal is having low frequency. Our information signal itself, it may be computer data information, or it may be your audio signal information, video signal information, any type of information it may be. So that is information signal having low frequency, this one is having low frequency, and here carrier signal having high frequency. They are going to be superimposed here by means of a modulator, so that it generates the modulated signal. So that modulated signal is going to be generated, and then it is going to be sent over a communication channel. After modulation, this modulated signal is sent over your communication channel like coaxial cables irbodu, adar ಮೂಲಕ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, or it may be your optical fibers may be there, or twisted pair of cables may be there, which carry your information from one place to another place. So that is in case of in transmission lines. But if you consider wireless communication means what then? So in wireless communication, this modulated signal is of radio waves, high frequency radio wave, that is going to be radiated by means of antenna systems. Antenna systems, they convert your electrical signal into radio wave signals. Those radio wave signals, they are going to be radiated into the free space. Through the by means of space, the signal gets radiated and travel by the means of propagation and reach to the destinations. Finally reach to the destination. By this way we can transmit our information signals. So that is, we call it as a modulation. Since our carrier signal we can represent in a mathematical way as a sinusoidal wave. So that sinusoidal wave can be represented by means of a expression, mathematical expression. So carrier wave signal we can represent in mathematically like Vc sine of omega ct plus theta, where we can also write it as V is equal to small v is equal to capital Vc sine of 2 pi fc t plus theta. So that means that three of the parameters, characteristics, they are going to be associated with your carrier signal. So our carrier signal, how we represent mathematically, it is a sinusoidal waveform that can be written in this equation, mathematical equation form. So where V is the instantaneous value of your voltage associated with the carrier, which is equal to Vc sine, it varies in the sinusoidal form, 2 pi fc plus theta, where three of parameters are associated here. Vc is nothing but amplitude of signal. So where Vc represent amplitude, Vc represent the amplitude, fc represent the carrier frequency, frequency of carrier signal, as well as theta is nothing but it is the phase angle. Theta is nothing but it is the phase angle. So these are the three parameters, they are associated with your carrier. So that means that according to our definition of modulation, the modulation is the process in which the characteristics, sum of characteristics of carrier signal is varied in accordance with the instantaneous value of modulating signal, that we call it as a modulation. That means that here modulation means any of the characters, either amplitude of the carrier is varied, or carrier frequency is going to be varied, or phase angle of the carrier is going to be varied in accordance with the amplitude or instantaneous value of your information signal. How that information signal amplitude varies, accordingly that any one of these parameters, they are going to be varied. So then that process we call it as a modulation. So depending upon which of parameter is going to be varied, accordingly that they can be classified as, modulation is classified as amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, or it may be classified as a phase modulation. Means which of the characteristic varied, accordingly that we can say that the modulation may be amplitude modulation, or it may be frequency modulation, or it may be your phase modulation. So in a frequency as well as phase modulation, it is going to affect the angle of total phase angle of the carrier signal, that is going to be affected. So that means that these both they affect this total angle phi is equal to omega ct plus theta. So this is going to be affected by means of both the modulation. Means if in a frequency modulation fc is varied, in a phase modulation theta is varied, that means that they both will affect the total phase angle of the carrier wave signal. Hence these modulation also combined together, we call them as a they are called as angle modulation. Both them combined together, the modulation, frequency modulation as well as phase modulation, we call it as a angle modulation, because they change the angle or phase angle of your carrier signal. Because of that, the one more name is given as angle modulation. Now coming to what do you mean by amplitude modulation? There are three types of modulations are there. What do you mean by first one? Amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation. Second is our frequency modulation. Frequency modulation. And third is phase modulation. Third one is phase modulation. There are three types of modulation, they are going to be performed on your information signals. So for analog communication, so far it is concerned. That means that amplitude modulation means what here? In this amplitude modulation, the amplitude of the carrier is going to be varied in accordance with that of the amplitude of modulating signal. The amplitude of carrier is varied. Here the amplitude of carrier is varied. Amplitude of carrier is varied in accordance with the amplitude of modulating signal, with the amplitude of modulating signal. Then that modulation we call it as a modulating signal. That modulation we call it as a amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation means the amplitude of carrier is going to be varied. Carrier signal the ಏನು amplitude ಇರ್ತದೆ, that amplitude is going to be varied in accordance with the amplitude of modulating signal. Then that type of modulation we call it as a amplitude modulation. One more is there frequency modulation. Here frequency means the frequency of the carrier signal. The frequency of the high frequency carrier signal, it is going to be varied in accordance with the amplitude of modulating signal. Then that modulation we call it as a frequency modulation. Here amplitude means here frequency is varied. Frequency varied in accordance with the amplitude of modulating signal. Amplitude of modulating signal or information signal or message signal. Modulating signal. So similarly in a phase modulation. Phase modulation again ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, the phase of the carrier is varied. Phase angle, phase of the carrier is varied in accordance with the amplitude of modulating signal. Amplitude of modulating signal. So like this, there are three types of modulations, they are going to be performed on your information signals so that they can be carried by high frequencies, so which carry your information from one place to another place. Without modulation, your information cannot be transmitted for long distances, because what happens, the distorted signals or attenuated signals may reach to the destination if we transmit the signals without modulation. So it is highly impossible to transmit our information signals without modulation. But so in order to transmit them for longer distance without as a reliable communication, they are faithfully reached to the destination only when the modulation is performed. Any type of modulation may be employed in order to transmit your information over a long distances. So this is regarding about types of your modulations. Next, moving on to the another very important aspect. So what is the need for modulation? Modulation eduk bekagtadri in a communication system. So why there is a need for modulation process. Why it is going to be needed? Need for modulation. Very important question. So this may be asked in your examination for 5 marks. Very. What is need for modulation? So first aspect is your length of antenna comes into in our mind, length of antenna. So what is this length of antenna? It plays a very important aspect in our communication field, length of antenna. So length of antenna means what? The minimum height of the antenna that is required for transmitting your radio wave into the medium. So usually it is selected as effective length is 1/4 of the wavelength of radio wave signal. So usually the minimum length of antenna is selected as minimum length of antenna. Length of antenna, it is selected as usually effective antenna height. Antenna height, it is how much? Effective antenna height is 1/4 of wavelength of signal being used, wavelength of radio signal being used for transmission. So what is that signal wavelength is there? That signals 1/4 length, it is usually preferred as a antenna height. Suppose assume that if a radio frequency signal, suppose assume that audio frequency signal of 20 kilohertz is required to be transmitted by means of an antenna system. 20 kilohertz, it is going to be radiated by means of an antenna system. What height of the antenna is required for 20 kilohertz? This is an audio frequency range 20 kilohertz. If it is to be radiated, what is the height of the antenna as per our requirement of antenna length? Effective antenna length should be quarter wavelength of wave signal being used for transmission. So now if it is a 20 kilohertz means, then the wavelength is calculated as lambda is equal to c divided by frequency. So that is c is nothing but 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters second divided by frequency is 20 kilohertz. Then nearly we get this value as 15,000 meters. So that is 15,000 meters is a wavelength of radio frequency signal. Then antenna height should be 1/4 of wavelength of signal. Antenna height is given as lambda by 4 which is equal to 15,000 divided by 4. 15,000 divided by 4 means here it is 3,750 meter. Whether it is possible to install or to construct such an height of antenna 3,750 meter, whether it is practical to install such an heighted antenna? No, it is impracticable. Usually what happens? So it is very difficult to construct a very large height antenna of size 3,750, and as well as it is very difficult to install. So because of that there is impracticable, such an antenna height is very impracticable. Suppose assume that this radio frequency signal 20 kilohertz, it is going to be superimposed with a 10 kilohertz frequency. Sorry, it is going to be superimposed with that of a 10 megahertz frequency. Then what happens? 10 megahertz frequency, 20 kilohertz frequency, if it is superimposed with 10 megahertz frequency, then what happens? 10 mega carrier signal, it is superimposed by means of performing the modulation. Modulation means now in martivi whatever audio frequency signal is there, whose frequency signal is going to be increased by means of using the modulation process, so that the carrier frequency signal is having 10 megahertz frequency. At that time antenna height, so antenna height is, first we calculate for 10 megahertz frequency, lambda is equal to C divided by F. So C is how much? 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 10 mega. Mega means 10 raised to 6, 10 raised to 7 means 3 into 30 meters. So that is how much? 30 meters. 30 meters means lambda divided by 4 antenna height. Our antenna height required for this high frequency carrier, it is how much? 30 by 4. 30 by 4 means it is nearly about 7.5 meter. So it is possible to construct and to install such an antenna. In the small heighted antenna now install ಮಾಡಬಹುದ್ರಿ. Why? Because of high frequency. If frequency is increased, automatically antenna height is reduced. Here frequency is less means antenna height is too much, which is impracticable to construct, as well as it is impracticable to install that such an large antenna heights. So effective antenna height can be reduced if the signal is going to be modulated. If signal is modulated with high frequency, means for that high frequency automatically the antenna height is going to be reduced. So because this is the length of antenna plays an important role in field of communication as far as our modulation is concerned. Means if you perform the modulation, the length of the antenna will be reduced. The practicable to install such an small size antenna height, it can be easily installed as well as easily constructed. So this is the length of antenna here, first concept. So because of that, low frequency signals, they cannot be radiated into the space directly, but with modulation, so that antenna height can be reduced. This one is length of antenna, one concept. Next is a operating range. Operating range also plays an important role in the field of our modulation, need of modulation. That is, for need of modulation, one aspect is our length of antenna, second one is a operating range. Operating range. Operating range means what here? Operating range is nothing but the frequency of antenna. So that is the signals which are going to be radiated by means of antennas. So they are the radio waves. If the radio waves, they radiate the audio frequency signals. Those audio frequency signals, whenever they are going to be radiated, they can be easily mixed with the other signals. So because of that, what happens? Attenuation of signals takes place. That is, operating range frequency of an antenna system itself, the energy or power associated with the radio signal, it depends upon the frequency. So either will depend whatever the energy or the power that is going to be associated with the signal, radio wave signal, it gets associated with the frequency also. That means that high frequency signals, they associate or they are going to be possessed by the high energies, whereas low frequency signals, they get associated with low energy signals. Because of that, what happens? Whenever they are going to be radiated from their antennas, antennas are going to radiate the radio wave signals. When they are going to be radiated, then what happens? If low frequency or audio frequency signals, their frequency range is from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, they cannot be radiated for longer distance because of their minimum energy associated with them. So because of that, what happens? Such signals, they get easily attenuated in the signal transmission and they cannot reach to your destination sites. So that is, operating range also plays an important aspect in our communication field. Not only that communication aspect, operating range, one more is there, that is mixing of signals. Mixing of signals. That means that if suppose assume that many of audio frequency signals, when they are going to be radiated simultaneously, so So from an antenna system, if many of signals they are going to be radiated simultaneously from one antenna system, one signal, here only located one more antenna system which also radiate the audio frequency signals. That means that many of low frequency signals, when they are going to be transmitted simultaneously, there may be the chance of getting mixing of the signals takes place, mixing of one signal with another signal takes place whenever they are radiated into the space. Because of that they may get mixed. So it is very difficult to recover such signals at the receiver side. So because of that, the signals what they are going to be radiated, they are modulated with the different carrier frequency signals, and then they are going to be radiated in a medium simultaneously. They can be broadcasted with different frequency signals. Means whatever the signals are there, they cannot be directly radiated. Instead of that, they are modulated, different signals they are going to be modulated with different carrier frequency, so that if they are even though transmitted simultaneously, they cannot be, there is no chance of mixing of signals when the modulation is performed. Modulation perform madidre mixing of signals agangilla. Because of that, they can be easily recovered at the receiver side. So that is mixing of signal, also very important. Next one is our mixing of signals is over. Next concept is there is a reduced noise and interference effect. There is reduced noise and interference effect on modulated signals. That means that the modulated signals, whenever they are going to be transmitted over a communication channel, usually the signals have less effect of noise as well as interference. If they are modulated with the suitable frequencies, high frequencies, and then they are going to be transmitted over a same communication channel, then the signal interference as well as the effect of noise is going to be reduced. So that is possible only with the help of modulation. Otherwise, there is a large amount of noise as well as interference can take place if you transmit the signals directly without modulation. So because of that, your signal is totally corrupted whenever it is transmitted over communication channel. To avoid for that distortion of your signals and to transmit faithfully your signals to the destination, that signal should be modulated with the different carrier frequencies. So that we call it as that is reduced noise and interference effect when we perform the modulation. So this is also one need for modulation. If modulation is performed, the effect of noise as well as interference is almost reduced.